Hi, thanks for buying the geometric ruler. We think you'll find it useful for tracing lines and getting their lengths as well as creating shapes from those lines and calculating their areas. Let's go through the pendant menus to show you how they work.
Applications. Geometric ruler.
Choose the pendant from the main menu and then choose which units the pendant will use to do the measurements. The beeping will signal the pendant is displaying the length of the line. From the Nav Plus menu, you can switch units, inches in this case, and the pendant will display lengths in inches for the following drawn lines. The pendant will remember all the drawn lines, so you can tap on them at a later time and it will display its length using the current selected measurement units. You can change the units and tap the same line, and the pendant will display its length in the selected measurement units.
Applications. Geometric ruler.
Let's see how to create a shape by gluing lines and have the pendant calculate its area for us. Tap very close to the vertices. Don't worry, the pendant will know that you intended to tap on the vertex of that line. Start by tapping close to the first vertex of the first line, then the second vertex of that first line. Continue to tap on the first and the second vertices of each line that will form the shape. The pendant will display the x and y of those vertices of those tap lines and not the x and y of the very tap itself. Finish the formed shape by double tapping on the first vertex of the first line. That will indicate the pendant you finished forming the closed shape and it will display its area. You can see the results in both centimeters and inches if you navigate using the Nav Plus menu.
Applications. Geometric ruler.
You can also draw closed shapes, and though possible, it's more tricky to get their areas. Let's draw a closed shape by drawing touching lines. You can hear beeps and see length of line displaying as you are touching them, but keep on drawing that way. It's okay as we are drawing touching lines. To calculate areas of figures with touching lines, you have to tap not on the vertices themselves, but towards those vertices. Observe how the pen taps close, but not on the vertices. This is necessary as lines are drawn in layers and touching lines can overlap, obscuring lines that are under. By tapping close to the vertices, we can work around the layers and the obscured vertices. The pendant knows you intended to tap on that vertex and it will display the x and y of the intended vertex. So calculated area will be on the figure formed by the lines touching at the vertices. And remember, double tap on the first vertex of the first line to indicate you finished closing the shape, so the pendant can calculate its area. You can change units by using the Nav Plus menu. Sometimes we don't provide enough vertices to form a shape. For the minimum shape, a triangle, geometrically we need at least 6 vertices. If we fail to provide with the minimum number of vertices to form a shape, the pendant will display a message and you will have to start all over again tapping on vertices. When there weren't enough vertices and you get the not enough vertices message, you can restart by just tapping again on the first vertex of the first line as we've seen this before.